Our next presenter has been described as the dog and toddler whisperer of Peaks Island. A native of Indiana, David Vincent lived in New Hampshire from 1967 until only recently. A graduate of Dartmouth College, he holds master's degrees in counseling and ministry. Now enjoying retirement, David practices and teaches yoga and mindfulness, is learning the art and craft of acting, singing, memoir writing, and improvisational dance. He lives with Dee, his German wire-haired pointer, and follows his bliss in work, play, volunteering, and life. Please welcome David Vincent to the podium.
Everything about my sister Linda changed following a traumatic brain injury at the age of 45. Since 1996, I have found my story within her story. And 2 years now, after her death, her life, well lived, continues to ripple through the lives of the people who knew her. Here we are, my brothers Joe and Rick, Linda and I on the seesaw. Born less than a year after me makes Linda and I Irish twins. Our habits and talents tracked each other, like piano lessons together for years, the same interests, similar personalities. So her husband Fred and their son Evan left for work and school that day in January of '96, not knowing that their wife and mother would that day cross over from the kingdom of the well to the kingdom of the sick. She would no longer be the person they had known. Lesson is we affirm today is the only day we've been given, the only day. Her life began in '96 at the age of 45. 9 brothers and sisters gathered around the hospital bed. An email list in '96 replaced phone calls, hundreds of emails in that first year, and we had high hopes for a recovery. Wish for someone's recovery. From the waiting room, one of the emails says, her neurosurgeon commented, things didn't go as well as expected. And there was some bleeding. Well, bleeding in the brain's permanent damage. She had no speech, was unable to swallow, had severe physical impairments, and we had to let go of recovery expectations. We watched for Linda to become her old self, mentally and physically, while she had no control over her tears and wailing, her feelings unpredictable. And life in a nursing home began 4 years later. Lesson, a great gift is to often wish for another's happiness. May she be happy. TBI changes not only your abilities, but your personality. So where did her interest in bad country music, costume jewelry, and violent crime movies come from? Shopping Walmart for bags of candy to distribute to every nursing home resident. The small gestures make big impressions. Her morning smile, her gift of candy, her touch brightened her and everyone else's day. So where's the watercolorist coming from? It was taking time, but we all came to see now that TBI was her new life. Good news, bad news, who knows? But misfortune's part of life. Dwelling in it is only pain, and that's optional. So Linda's in Indiana, I'm in New Hampshire. We saw each other at family reunions every couple of years, and we enjoyed the time together with their tribe. But someone had to translate for me because I was really awkward with her. You can choose where we want to be. We can be in that center of comfort zone, safe, protected, and secure, or we can go out with greater anxiety into that next learning zone. I would advise staying away from the panic zone where the response is fight or flight. So today I had a voice lesson. I only have one key to sing in, which is off key. And I'm taking voice lessons because the choir I joined, the director said, you should have lessons. So here I am speaking. I should probably have lessons in Pecha, Kucha. So move out of your comfort zone is another lesson she taught me. Her ability to find joy in the simplest things has set a high bar for the rest of us, teaching us to wring out joy from each moment. So Lesson 6 is share the joy of those able to find happiness and be with them in that moment. Listen, relax, pass it on. Linda taught me to never make judgments about the abilities of others. I used to avert my gaze and walk on by. And now you know what I do? I stop and say, hi, how are you doing? How's your day? I want to give you a blessing. I'm a preacher, I give blessings. So Linda loved to dance, but how do you dance in a wheelchair? Her niece's wedding was an opportunity to me figure out, how do I dance? I hate to dance. And how would you feel of dancing next to someone in a wheelchair? But she radiated joy, and she got danced with by a lot of people. So Rumi suggests that we pay attention to our lives, that we expect the unexpected and welcome it, till we live in every moment, so that when something comes in the night and scatters the furniture all over, welcome it. 10 siblings, as many spouses, children, and grandchildren, a lot of in-laws, nieces, nephews, outlaws. We're all with her over time, and she taught us how to enjoy and how to be normal with people who are differently abled. So long-lasting changes are the result sometimes of just little tiny events. So long before I heard of mindfulness, she challenged me to be in the present, right here, right now, non-judgmentally, with curiosity and interest. She was in her life, moment by moment, without a choice, but joy radiating from touching flowers. Her enjoyment of a swim, an extraordinary moment in this woman's life, for her body to be freed from the tied down gravity. It's one of the most cherished moments in the memories of those who were present. So be able to enjoy the joy of others. Brothers and sisters were knit together by Linda more closely because of our 18 years with her. She and our mother lived in the same nursing home, and we saw them at the same time. Lesson: just show up. Finally, was her TBI good news or bad news? Was it the end of her life or the beginning of her life? She challenged us by being who she was. Get out of your comfort zone. Value simple acts of kindness and be in this moment. Yeah.